So this is chapter 2, lessons 1 through 6, corrections. First one is that says x is less than 9. And the second one, you're supposed to graph x is greater than 5. Put a 5 there. Open circle points to the right. The next one, hopefully if you're watching this and doing corrections, I just opened a pop. You have the test in front of you. A number t increased by 2. So a number t increased by 2 is at least 9. That means this can be larger than 9. It can be equal to 9. It just has to be at least 9. Or 7. I don't know where 9 came from. 7. So subtract 2 from both sides. These cancel and you get t is greater than or equal to 5. If you're going to graph that, you would have a 5 there, close circle, pointing to the right. Okay, next one. We are graphing the inequality of negative 12c is less than 84. Divide each side by negative 12. When we divide by a negative, that flips the inequality sign, and its c is greater than negative 7. To graph that, negative 7, open circle to the right. Number 5, the difference between 1/3 a number and 12. Difference means subtract. So 1/3 a number looks like that, and 12. The difference, subtract, is less than 10. First step, add 12 to each side. These cancel and we get 1/3 x is less than 22. Multiply each side by the reciprocal of 3/1. And these all cancel and we get x is less than 66. To graph that, we have 66. Open circle pointing to the left. My dog is eating. If you can hear him, I'm sorry because it's disgusting. Okay, next one. 2t minus 3 is greater than 5. Add 3 to each side. These cancel. We have 2t is greater than 8. Divide each side by 2. T is greater than 4. We have a 4 there. Open to the right. The next one we have 2 parentheses k minus 3 is less than or equal to 6 plus 3k minus 3. So we get 2k minus 6 when we distribute is less than or equal to, combine 6 and 3 and you get 3 plus 3k. Subtract 3k from each side. These cancel and you get negative k minus 6 is less than or equal to 3. Plus 6 plus 6. And we get negative k is less than or equal to 9. Divide by negative 1. And since you divided by negative 1, you flip the inequality sign, negative 9. So, here, negative 9, close circle, pointing to the right. Next problem. We have 2x plus 7 is greater than or equal to negative 5 plus 2x. Subtract 2x from both sides. And that cancels all our variables and we have 7 is greater than or equal to negative 5. And this is all real numbers. And actually to graph that, you could have graphed that. You didn't have to. I put the graph thing there, and it's really, if it's all real numbers, anyways, we're not going to talk about that. That's dumb. So you didn't have to graph that one. Next problem. We have 4 plus g is greater than or equal to 7, or 4 plus g is less than 2. Remember, this is not, I get to pick what problem I do. Wouldn't that be nice? So subtract 4 from both sides, you get g is greater than or equal to 3. Subtract 4 from both sides, and you get g is less than, that's a 4, negative 2. So here we have negative 2. Here we have 3. 3 is a closed circle pointing to the right. Negative 2 is an open circle pointing to the left. And the last problem, 14 is less than 3x minus 1, which is less than or equal to 26. Start in this term, get the constant out of there by doing the opposite. So then we have 15 is less than 3x, which is less than or equal to 27. Middle term again, solve for the variable. And you get 5 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 9. So you have this little number line here with a 5 and a 9. 5 is open, 9 is filled in, and it's between the two. I lived in New Mexico last year. Most of you didn't even try to answer that. So, there you go. Hopefully, you figured out what you did wrong, and come take your retake and do a little bit better.